Have you ever embraced your child, gazed into their eyes, and felt an emotion that transcends love, an ancient recognition, as though the two of you have journeyed together through lifetimes? A mysterious familiarity whispers, "We have met before." And then arises the question, why this soul? Why has this luminous being chosen to enter my life? It is not chance, nor the play of accident. As Paramhansa Yogananda revealed, the souls who come to us, especially as our children, arrive through a divine design. He spoke a truth both simple and profound. Your child is your karma. Within these words lies a sacred mystery, woven with threads of love, destiny, and spiritual awakening. They invite us to look beyond the surface of life, to see not just a child, but a soul, bound to us in the eternal dance of cause and effect, memory and grace. What does it truly mean when we say that a child is our karma? Are we paying a debt, receiving a blessing, or witnessing the unfolding of a deeper divinity hidden beneath the surface of life? In this journey, we will explore the sacred essence of this teaching. We will look into the ancient law of karma as it weaves through relationships, how your child mirrors the path of your own soul, and how motherhood, and parenthood itself, stands as a profound spiritual duty entrusted to humankind, too. Whether your child brings you joy or challenge, ease or turmoil, there is always a deeper significance. You are not merely raising a child. You are walking beside a familiar soul, a soul who has chosen you, just as you may have chosen them before. So stay with me, beloved soul. This path is not about guilt, judgment, or fear. It is about awakening, healing, and love. When you begin to perceive the deeper meaning behind your child's presence in your life, the veils lift. Confusion becomes clarity. Struggle transforms into blessing. Let us begin this sacred exploration. And to begin, we must ask, what is the true nature of karma? Many believe karma is punishment, a shadow of suffering or revenge. But karma is not about pain. Karma is simply the eternal law of cause and effect, the invisible current that carries the echoes of our choices, weaving them into the fabric of our destiny. Each thought we conceive, every word we articulate, and every action we execute generates energy. That energy must be reciprocated to us in some manner. Similar to a seed that once sown must ultimately yield fruit. Karma is not an external phenomenon. It is not a celestial arbiter dispensing rewards and penalties. As Paramhansa Yogananda elucidated, karma is the consequence of one's previous actions. Your soul is instructing you through experiences regarding what it still requires to comprehend. It is affection concealed. It is instruction, not retribution. Similar to attending school to acquire knowledge across various subjects, our soul enters life to gain insights through diverse experiences. Experiences might be joyous or painful, yet all are essential for the soul's development. Karma precisely presents us with the specific circumstances, individuals, and connections necessary for our development. Among all partnerships, the connection between parent and child is one of the most profound and potent karmic ties we may experience. Karma frequently manifests most swiftly and directly in familial relationships, as these are the contexts in which we are most susceptible, receptive, and emotionally invested. As we progress on our journey together, hold this truth in your heart. Karma does not intend to inflict damage upon you. Its purpose is to awaken you. Upon the arrival of your child, they bring forth a fragment of your karmic narrative, poised to manifest in divine timing. Having comprehended the concept of karma, let us delve further and inquire why specific spirits manifest as our offspring. Among the billions of souls in the cosmos, what accounts for the presence of this specific one in your home, your embrace, your existence? In the divine plan, there are no occurrences of chance. The soul that manifests as your child is not arbitrary. You may have previously linked with this soul, maybe in this life or in numerous former lifetimes. It might have been your father, friend, partner, or even an individual who previously caused you harm. In this existence, they re-emerge in an altered guise with a distinct function. However, the relationship persists as profoundly karmic. This is why, at times, there exists an immediate recognition from birth, a link that appears to transcend time. Paramhansa Yogananda posits that families are constituted not alone by blood relations, but also by karma. He stated that within the familial sphere, karma manifests in its most profound and intimate form. The souls inside your family, particularly your children, are present to assist you in addressing unresolved lessons. Certain youngsters are destined to reciprocate your affection. Certain individuals are present to challenge your patience. Some arrive to reciprocate benevolence. Others come to confront you, facilitating your growth. Regardless of their role, their presence holds significance. They have arrived not by coincidence, but by divine intention. When you perceive your child not merely as your son or daughter, but as a companion on a shared journey, your entire parenting method evolves. It shifts from control to spiritual partnership. Your child has a purpose, and so do you. Many of us hold the conviction that, as parents, our role is to educate our children, provide guidance, ensure their safety, and influence their development. That is accurate, although it represents only a portion of the truth. From a profound perspective on karma and soul progress, your child is also present to impart lessons to you. Parenthood is not a unilateral experience. It constitutes a sacred exchange between two spirits, the attributes that your child contributes to your life. Their innocence, stubbornness, creativity, or problems reflect aspects of yourself. They mirror your previous acts, intrinsic patterns, or unresolved traumas. Your child reflects aspects of yourself that require patience, love, and transformation. Thus, they serve as your guide as much as you serve as theirs. Paramhansa Yogananda eloquently reminded us that one does not possess their child. You serve as a guardian temporarily. Provide guidance while allowing them to traverse their own spiritual journey. This signifies that your role is not to dictate their fate, but to facilitate it. You do not possess authorship over their existence. You are a cherished chapter in their narrative. Although you may influence the initial chapters, they must compose the remainder independently. Their existence simultaneously provides an opportunity for advancement. Their affection has the capacity to mend your history. Their inquiries can broaden your consciousness. Their presence might tenderize your heart. Therefore, esteemed individual, refrain from only inquiring, "What ought I to instruct my child?" Instead, inquire softly, "What lessons does my child impart to me?" Engaging in mutual learning elevates karma, transforming parenting into a journey of spiritual enlightenment for both parties. At times, the bond between parent and child is not without turbulence. Friction arises, words are misunderstood, hearts ache. In such moments, one may ask, why is this happening? What is the hidden meaning of this struggle? Often, dear soul, the answer lies within the ancient cycles of karma, woven from lives lived before this one. When your child tests your patience, resists your guidance, or awakens forgotten emotions, it is rarely because they are wrong or flawed. Rather, it may be the echo of an unfinished karmic thread, seeking resolution and healing through your union in this life. And so the question emerges, how shall we respond? With anger, retaliation, or guilt? No, the path is higher. We are called to respond with awareness. Paramhansa Yogananda reminded us, karma is not transformed by regret, nor by remorse. It is transformed only through right action in the present moment, through conscious love, compassion, and awakened choice. This signifies that although the past may have inflicted suffering, the present has the potential to facilitate healing. Negative karmic tendencies can be disrupted by selecting a more elevated reaction. Rather than responding, endeavor to pause, inhale, and reply with comprehension. In the face of harsh remarks, consider being silent. In the presence of judgment, endeavor to exhibit compassion. In the presence of dread, endeavor to embrace love. Your child presents you with the chance to approach matters differently this time. Each demonstration of patience, forgiveness, and intentional parenting alters the narrative of your collective karma. It generates a novel energy that elevates both spirits. Karma is not immutable. It is a meandering river. With love as your vessel, you can navigate even the most challenging currents. When tensions arise between you and your child, perceive it not as a punishment, but as an opportunity for healing, growth, and liberation from past constraints. This is the unspoken phenomenon of karma altered by affection. Occasionally, a kid is born with particular needs, a persistent illness, or profound sensitivity that distinguish them from their peers. As a parent, this may be exceedingly difficult and poignant. One can inquire, why did this occur to my child? Why am I the subject of this inquiry? However, from a spiritual standpoint, this circumstance is not a form of retribution. This frequently indicates a more significant karmic role selected by both souls before to birth. Paramhansa Yogananda posited that souls opting for challenging life circumstances, such as being born with a disability, are frequently advanced entities pursuing swift spiritual advancement. They select this path not out of weakness, but with considerable courage and inner fortitude, and the parents who nurture them are likewise exceptional individuals designated to traverse this sacred journey together. Yogananda stated, "You are providing not a burden, but a concealed blessing." A forceful spirit here to rouse your emotions. In some instances, your duty transcends that of a caregiver. You also serve as a spiritual partner, assisting this individual in realizing their profound mission on earth. The challenges you encounter may seem burdensome, yet they are replete with opportunities for unconditional love, patience, humility, and grace. These children frequently exude a serene innocence, an insight surpassing their years, and a presence capable of affecting hearts in ways that language cannot convey. They serve as a reminder of what is genuinely significant. Their existence serves as a lesson not solely for the parent, but for all who encounter them. If you are fortunate to have such a child, understand this. Your soul and theirs selected one another for a sacred purpose. Each act of compassion, every tear, and every shared smile between you constitutes a sacred offering that heals karma and elevates your collective journey. As we reach a conclusive understanding, let us inquire about the fundamental purpose of the karmic connection between parent and child. Is it merely to assume roles, execute responsibilities, and reconcile past complexities? Is there a more sacred element concealed within this relationship? Karma is not the conclusion. Liberation exists. The objective of life is to transcend karmic cycles rather than remain ensnared in them, with love serving as the most potent means to achieve this elevation. Not the love that clings, dominates, or instills fear, but the love that is untainted, altruistic, and liberated. Paramhansa Yogananda asserted that when we start to love our children not as our possessions but as divine souls entrusted to our stewardship, we commence the dissolution of karma. He stated that God is the true progenitor. You are merely the custodian. Serve with commitment but relinquish with indifference. This signifies the necessity to provide without anticipation, to lead without coercion, and to love without excessive attachment. Genuine love elevates the spirit and enables it to soar. The greater your engagement in selfless service, the deeper your inner peace will become. Slowly, the ancient knots of karma begin to loosen, and in their place arises space for freedom, for grace, for the blossoming of the spirit. When you behold your child not merely as your offspring, but as a radiant soul on their own pilgrimage, you awaken to the truth. You too are a soul walking the path of light. In this realization, parenting is no longer a duty, but a sacred pilgrimage. Two souls guiding, challenging, and uplifting each other toward higher truths. Karma, once a binding chain, becomes a bridge, a living current drawing both of you closer to the divine. Beloved companion of this journey, if you have remained with me until this moment, receive my deepest gratitude. You have not only listened with your ears, you have opened the sanctuary of your heart to a timeless truth. By doing so, you have already stepped into the sacred work of understanding the deeper meaning of your bond with your child. Your child is not only part of your family, they are part of your soul's eternal journey, regardless of whether they elicit joy or adversity, laughter or sorrow. Their presence serves a purpose. You have previously walked together and are currently walking again to develop, to recuperate, and to ascend collectively. Parenting can be challenging. However, when viewed through the lens of karma and divine love, it transforms into a profound journey of metamorphosis. Embrace these teachings with care in your life. Observe your child not merely with affection, but with mindfulness. Inquire, what lessons does this soul impart to me? How can I facilitate their development while simultaneously advancing my own growth? Thus, you are not merely nurturing a child, you are elevating your awareness. That constitutes the paramount gift of all. If these words have brought you clarity, peace, or a new way of seeing, I invite you to gently like this video, share it with a soul who may be touched by its message, and most of all, subscribe to continue walking together on this path of spiritual awakening. I would love to hear your voice in the comments below. Speak of your child, of the reflections that stirred within you, or of the moment that resonated deepest. Your words may become a light for another traveler on their journey. Until we meet again, may your heart remain open, your spirit unshaken, and your love boundless.